is the Beagle Cam. Yeah. I got a stock password. They're telling me to change it. I'll deal with that later today. We're going to be looking at printing remotely from the PC. Now, this is the browser version, and you do need the app to get the IP of the machine. So the mobile version does work slightly better as far as keeping up with the camera. However, this works amazingly well, and we're going to check it out. It's very similar to OctoPrint. We need to go and we're waiting for this to finish slicing. This is what we're going to be printing today. This is a model that I scanned with Curie Engine. This is a bust of Zombie Wolverine that I have laying around, and I decided to replicate for fun's sake. So we will let this finish slicing, and then we will send it over via Beagle, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. But while we're waiting, let's go ahead to the temperature curve here. And we can go ahead and increase our nozzle temp and turn on the bed as well. As you can see, we are doing this remotely. You should start to see it reflected in the temperature curve here as well as updated here. If I could get it to work. I live in a really rural area. My connection is not the greatest. 230 check. Alright, so the bed is going. And it looks like the hot end is starting to heat up as well. We'll wait a second and make sure that we're starting to see it rise on the graph here. Yep, 68, 25. That is good. Let's go back to the status and control menu. Go ahead and bring down the Z-axis, and we will home the XY. The machine is automatically working. It's going. The camera, like I said, does not work as well in the browser version. It's kind of jumpy. On the phone, it works amazingly well. And I will get you some footage of that here coming up as well. But for the moment, we're going to make sure that we got this all dialed in. There we go. You see it jumped around. Let me go ahead and open my live chat on my phone here just in case anybody is out there trying to talk. And I want to make sure slightly better as far as keeping up with the camera. However, this there we go. Okay. Sorry, don't want to cause an echo. Just making sure that everything was up and up on the stream here. Okay, so I do have my file ready now, and we're going to save it to disk. It is an 18-hour print, so this live stream is going to be going for quite a while. We're just saving it to the desktop. Go ahead and close out of Kira 5, and we need to go to the... Oh, first, actually, while we're here, let's check out the Deadpool time-lapse I did. That came out pretty well. So here is the finished Deadpool model. I did print a smaller one of these Wolverines. We're going to do a big one today. And there it is. I was pretty happy with how this turned out. We can zoom in here. I was going a little bit fast. You can see a couple of vibration lines. I have tightened up the belt sense. This one should come out a little bit better. But this is a wood-filled filament, so all of that's going to sand down really easily. And I was very happy with how that turned out. Let's take a look at the time-lapse. People can tell me what you think. This was done with Beagle Cam. The reason I like this time-lapse is because it's a very good highlight of Beagle Cam's night vision mode. And remember, we're still testing this stuff out. So I will have a full review on the Beagle Cam. And maybe we'll be giving another one away. We already gave one away yesterday, but we might be doing it again. You can see there it switches to night vision, and it is really, really good quality. I had some stringing issues going on the back of this model because of my retraction settings. Hopefully I fixed those. You can see it sort of oozing as the head rises there. And this model was so big I wasn't expecting it to go out of frame, so I did have to adjust the camera here in a minute. You'll see the light come back on, you'll see it in full color, and you'll see me adjust upwards so you can see his head a little bit. We still kind of missed a little bit of him. I should have had it up higher. Right, the night vision part is coming to an end here. I see my stream is lagging out really bad. There we go, back to color. And I mean, the detail on this camera, like I said, is amazing. You can see the tiny wobbles in the lines, which is good for the camera. Bad for my print settings, but I'm still kind of dialing in this artillery genius after letting it sit for a while. We switched out the nozzle and did some other minor upgrades, and just need to get things a little bit more dialed in. But I was pretty pleased with that. Very cool little statue by Eastman. I guess I can show you the Wolverine we did do here. It was a little bit tinier. So this is what we're going to be printing today. Except, like I said, we're going to be doing this larger. I don't think it did finish. It did finish. It was just small. This was done in a pink PLA. We're doing it in the wood-filled filament again today. So. Alright, and there's the tiny bust. So let's go, before I start this, we need to upload the file. So let's go to printable files, hit the upload button. And on my desktop here is the CE3 Pro Wolverine. So I sliced it with an Ender 3 profile. It's what I do with most of my stuff, to be honest. It works on pretty much all of these Cartesian machines, but the Ender 3 is not direct drive, so that's why I was having retraction problems with the last one. So I've updated my settings here a little bit. Let's reload the webcam, because there we go. It seems to be doing all right on stream. Hey, thanks, Rich. I appreciate it. Hey, Akash Doll, how you doing? We are printing on BeagleCam today. So this is like a remote printing system, sort of like Octopi, but everything comes pre-done. Pretty much it's plug and play. And then there's an app for your phone which works amazingly well. Today I'm using the browser version, and you got an IP address you get out of the app that you can IP in and use it like Octoprint. And the camera connection isn't quite as good as far as updating the frame rate as it is on my phone. So we will be taking a look at the phone version a little bit later on, and this is going to be an 18-hour print, so we're going to be here for quite a while. There we go. It looks like we're uploaded. And I think the file disappeared, so we're going to go over here and come back. There we go, CE3 Pro Wolverine. We should be all heated up. It should start printing pretty much right away. Those time lapses that you saw are pretty much automatic. It will push the model to the front of the build plate, snap a picture, and it does that on its own. That's one of the reasons this print's going to take a little bit longer, because it does that each layer. So go ahead and hit cancel on that. So the printer is in a done state from the last file that I printed. Now we're going to click on this. I'm telling you, it works so much. It shouldn't take long at all. I will say there is sound that comes through the BeagleCam as well, because it does do full video. It doesn't have to be a time lapse. So hopefully we don't start to catch an echo or feedback from one camera echoing into the other. If that's the case, let me know and I will shut off the mic on one or the other. But right now we're using my camera mic on my PC, which has the best audio. So alright, it looks like we're jumping to print, getting ready to go. I really wish that the Beagle here would keep up with in real time. We're going to go ahead and set it to full screen. We'll watch it for a second, see if it puts down a proper first layer. And again, I cannot stress this enough. This is really, really choppy. This is not my streaming software. This is the actual BeagleCam on the browser. They have already had a firmware update, which I did apply, and they're pretty into updating and fixing things pretty quickly. So hopefully they can fix this problem. Okay, we're just going to do this. So exit page. It doesn't matter because I sent the file to the TF card and the beagle is running everything. So if I disconnect, it's not going to mess up my print. We can just reconnect here. And you can see it's printing, and I have a little bit better connection right now. So this is going to be a decent size model. I'm pretty stoked about this. This is the biggest I've printed it. And in fact, I'll show you the actual model here. Hang on one second. Because I have it here somewhere. My brother used to own a comic book shop, and he gave this to me, and unfortunately, as you can see, one of the claws got busted off. So what I did is I scanned this in Curie Scanner, and the scan really came out actually very, very detailed and amazing. You can't even see his face. I'm holding his head here. A little bit better there. And then the missing claw as well. But pretty cool little statue. I was disappointed that one of the claws got broke off, so I decided we'll print one and see how it comes out, you know. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure you guys reduce the Z offset on that subscribe button and leave a like on this video so other people can find it. It helps the YouTube algorithm point out what people like and helps me get more views on my videos, which is always good for the channel. Working on getting an SSD for this POS PC. I don't know if that was too many letters, but definitely need an upgrade here. So in time. Kind of been having a banner week with all the Kira stuff that I've put out from Kira 5. All of those videos are doing really, really well. If you haven't checked them out yet, I definitely recommend checking out my accuracy video. I got some people complaining to me that they're mad that I didn't use the same filament, and then when I tell them that it is the same filament, it's just 2 different colors, they're mad that I didn't use the same color. And these people have no idea that I have like 15 printers around here, and I print like dozens of models a day, and if I print stuff in the same color, I will mix them up and then it skews our test results. So I did do a little research on the color thing, and it turns out that color very much can affect the strength of a print, but it doesn't really affect the dimension. So those filaments were the exact same specifications, and I thought it was a good video. I don't know. Getting a lot of subscriptions from it, so I'm assuming that people like it, but you never know. I'm gonna see if I can get a view of my phone into my camera here, so you guys can get a little bit better view of how this works on the phone. So you gotta give me just a second because I'm not really prepared for this. Let's see. And I'm probably going to do this upside down too. Looks like our first layer is going down pretty well. Just a second here, folks. Well, apparently, I don't want to do that. So let's try this. Give me just 1 second. I'm not happy with how choppy this looks, so we're gonna make quick camera adjustment with my webcam to show you. Okay, properties. I have too much stuff hooked up to my computer, that's for sure. C920. Okay. Properties. Deactivate. Activate. I'll get there eventually, I promise. Da 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 da. Well, video. Man, I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Alright, so we have picture. We'll get this squared away here. We'll show you exactly what this does. Oh wow, that's bad. Alright, I gotta adjust the video. Hang on. That's better, okay. At least you got something to look at while I'm messing around, but like I said, this is a way better version of this software on the phone here. Okay, so and now we have it working, yeah. It's a beagle cam. Okay. Alright, so we're going to keep it simple on this part of the video. Find it on my local area network because it's already hooked up. So then we're just going to click on it. It's connecting. Should be connecting. Come on. There we go. Give it a minute to find it. Printer connected. And here we have everything that works on the browser, but right here in my phone. And as you can see, better turn it around. It keeps up with the video a lot better. So I can walk around with this. I can take this to work and I can watch it from there. I was checking on my print from downtown the other day. It was pretty cool. And again, if I turn out the lights, it goes into night vision mode. So it works really well. And I have the same options for control here as I do. Let's see if I can get closer and still have it on screen here. So I have the same options in here as I do on the browser, as far as the temperature and the control, my files, and I can even download the time lapses from the TF card right to my phone and play them on here. So that's pretty cool. I enjoy specifically how well the video is on here. Let's go back and compare it, how smooth this is to how choppy it is from the other side. Just when you're on the browser, you get this skipping, which is okay. It's just not ideal. So we are back, and the first layer is going down. We'll see what happens with our retraction settings. We're going to be printing all day on the Beagle Cam, so yeah, just welcome to hang out, chime in on the chat. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. We can do a little Ask Me Anything. And don't forget to leave a like. Tips are always appreciated, but you can keep your advice to yourself. I'm just kidding. Not about appreciating tips. We do appreciate tips. But I also appreciate likes, subs, comments, and good questions, because getting the community talking in the chat is probably one of the best things you can do to help the channel. So I am going to take a 2-minute break. Let me know if you guys would like me to throw on some elevator music in the background instead of just watching this kind of slowly. But while I'm on this break, I'm going to be setting up my camera so we can get a constant smooth visual of the Beagle Cam, and I'll actually show you the device itself as it's working. So Let me get that set up, and I will be right back. For now, let's watch the print.
Well, hey, I accidentally killed the light, so there's a good view of the night vision mode. Whoops. Alright. Lights back on. Let's see what we can see.
And here it is. This is the Beagle. You can see the actual unit right here. This is the camera, the TF card, and everything. It is plugged in via USB cable as well as to the wall. So simple to hook up to my wireless network. Getting some pretty good prints out of it. I have no complaints so far with this whole setup. I'm pretty happy with it. Looks like we're getting a pretty decent first layer. Most of the stuff on the flange on the right side of the build plate there is support for the arm. And the actual base of the model is going down pretty nicely as well. I'm going to grab some coffee and I will be right back, folks. As I always say, if you're just joining us, make sure you drop down your Z offset and give that subscribe button a good first layer squish, because we are going to be here all day. This is a 19-hour print, and we are just hanging out and rocking it. The live chat is open. Feel free to chime in. I'm always happy to hear from you guys. I like answering questions, and I can't do that if you don't ask any, so there's that. I'm going to go ahead and see what's going on with the rest of the world today. Perusing my Twitter, I got a few responses I got to make and things like that. I think that this should be a pretty decent model when we're done. And that you just saw there was the first snap of the time lapse. That will be the first picture in the series that gets turned into the video. Particulate in this filament seems rather large because it makes funny noise as it's being extruded out. You can almost hear it sliding past the nozzle. Transitioning back to the browser now in the Beagle Cam. There is a 3D view and a 2D view. These are actually pretty cool. I'm just going to tell you the path, the exact path, including the travels and all of that. 2D is going to give you the path of just a particular layer and then allow you to run through it. So we are right here. We can actually highlight just a part of this path if we want. But we're right about there right now. Alright, well, I'm going to turn on a little Rocket League while we're hanging out and playing, because nothing else going on. Music, yes, coming right up. Alright, there's some music. And I do still have the chat open. The live chat is up on my screen. If you'd like to ask me something, and I will definitely answer. So, trying to keep the music a little bit low. we are going to play a game. Might as well. We're just hanging out. We got all day. This is a 19-hour print. Doesn't feel like we're going to be going anywhere anytime soon. Well, that's a lovely noise. Sorry about that, guys. Hang on one second. Okay, fixed it. So there is a setting in here that I better already have ticked off. Okay, so player anthems off. Streamer safe music. This means it replaces anything that'll get a copyright strike, so I can play it here. You would like some music that is calm? I can do that. Hang on just a second. I did say elevator music, didn't I? Here. Let me turn this down for you for just a minute. And then as soon as this game's over, I will turn on some much more soothing stuff. And we can just zone out and watch. Man, the sound effects are like worse though. Say Juan Borja? Borba. Score! I play too much Rocket League. I love this game. Sorry, I'm obsessed. It is extremely, extremely fun. So, is anybody printing anything today? What do you guys got on your machines right now? Yeah, alright, we're going to call this Rocket League thing quits. I do have to finish this game because I can't abandon my team, but it's messing with the encoding, so we will turn this off and find some more soothing music in just a minute. Of course, if we get more interaction on the chat or the comments, don't really need music because we can discuss things or whatevs, but nobody wants to sit in silence. Well, I bet some of you probably wish I would be silent. I do talk a lot. My ball. Ooh. I do enjoy this game thoroughly. Don't hit it past the goal. What are you doing? Hit it, hit it, hit it. Should be a good shot. Oh, dude. That's alright. I bet that just drives you nuts then. Yeah, Isaac, I will turn on some calming music in just a second, buddy. I got 1 minute, 30 seconds left. And then, like I said, we'll turn off the Rocket League. Sometimes I do this and it goes well, sometimes not so much. Right now, my computer doesn't seem to be able to handle it, so case in point. Wow. Yeah, it's like soccer with cars. When I first heard about it, I had a friend that was trying to get me to play it, and I told him for weeks that he was dumb, and so was this game. Finally, I tried it. And actually, I tried it, and I loved it, and told him how much I loved it, and we had plans to play together, and then that week he passed away, so I don't know if this is my new coping mechanism for dealing with his loss or whatever, but it was a really weird thing, and now I think of him every time I play and how we never got to play together, but I play it a lot, so I don't know if it's healthy or not as far as... I mean, I don't sit here and bawl while I'm doing it, so I guess it's a good coping mechanism. When you lose somebody, you start to regret things, you know what I mean? Like, things you didn't do, and, you know, was there something else I could have said? It's rough. But... Alright, we'll shut this off and find some sweet elevator music, okay? Let's see here. Good, good. I'm glad you like when I talk a lot. I talk too much. But, like I said, nobody likes to sit in silence and all that. Okay, so we can get rid of that. Should probably check back on how the actual beagle's doing. Temperature's holding fine, everything is fine. Looking at 229 when it should be 230, but that's okay. Reload the stream. Let me see what I can find for tunes. There's so much crap in here, I don't know. to find it. I recently did some cleanup and moved a bunch of stuff, so I'm not sure where I put my music files. Oh, you guys want to see something sweet? So you see that the laser next to the Genius there? I've been doing some paintings where I spray paint on canvas and then laser etch them. This is one of the ones that I did. And it came out really, really awesome on the canvas. So this was, I did white, yellow, red, and then yellow. And then when I burned it, you got this awesome flame effect. It was really, really cool. It's gotta be downloads. There we go. Is that all that's in there? No? What the hell? MP4, no. Oh, wait, I'm getting closer. I don't know, is this calming? No. Yeah, Rocket League is just like soccer, but with cars. Alright. I think that'll at least work until I find the rest of the music. A little upbeat, but not too crazy, right? Assets. Maybe in here somewhere. La-di-da. Man. Yes, it did. And I just did a video on plugins yesterday, so unfortunately, I probably shouldn't do another one. But you know what? I do a lot of things I probably shouldn't do, so I probably will do another one. In fact, I think I'm gonna go and okay, so here's the best part. So I don't have Octoprint set up on any of my machines right now. I have done it before. It works great, but this Beagle Cam is hands down above and beyond anything that Octoprint is, simply because of the easy use. It's pretty plug and play. So, hey, thanks, Isaac. We'll see you, man. Yeah, I'm not even done with my review yet, but I can tell you so far I already prefer this Beagle Cam to Octoprint. It's just so much simpler. Still here, still hanging out, just messing around. I'm trying to adjust the title of the stream. Very into... Are Raspberry Pi prices up right now? I guess I haven't looked in a while. I buy $7 Arduinos off of freaking Banggood all day long. I have one Raspberry Pi B Plus that is not in a device. The rest of my Pis I've used, and I haven't bought one in about a year and a half. Generally just because if I don't need a screen, it's just easier to do Arduino. But what are you looking at for a new Raspberry Pi right now? Dude, honestly, Octoprint is great, but I can't use it from my phone. I can use this from my phone. Damn, dude. Holy shit. Why are they so expensive right now? Are they... I didn't realize that they had a processor shortage as well. Like, $141 for a 4B? Are you smoking something? Just the compute module's $40. I mean, that's not bad for a Pi, but that's an A+. That's an old board. They still want new... This is what the price is normally around $30. Pi model B+, that's a good deal. RS Components USA, that's not bad. You can still get one cheaper though if you probably hold out. Kind of like the little Pico, that's not bad. Supercomputing cluster, huh? Yeah, those are pretty ridiculous. I didn't realize that, dude, what is this? It's got all these components in here. That's cool. Alright, we're done with that. Yeah, I didn't realize they were so friggin' expensive. 140, yeah, dude. Nuts. Nuts. Tell you what, I'll sell you mine. It's just sitting here. That's insane. I gotta know now. Supply shortages. No longer afford to produce them at that price and have had to increase the price to $45. Wow, so they just can't get the stuff to make them right now. Wow. Hey, Mark, let me have it. Let them rip, man. Welcome to the stream. There are no dumb questions, bro. That is what I'm here for. Alright, I am watching. I just stepped away for a second to up my caffeine intake. Beagle Cam adds Wi-Fi capability to your printer so that you can slice and send files remotely to your printer. Yes. Yes. Excuse me. So, basically, Beagle Cam has its own micro SD card or TF card inside it. And it will store your file and print your file from that. It also has a Wi-Fi chip which will allow you to monitor the camera and its settings from your phone. Now earlier in this video I showed some phone footage. Basically the setup is the same, where you have the camera view, you have some temperature controls, a printable files list where you can upload G-code that has already been sliced, and a status control menu where you can home and move the axes, things like that. The only downfall here is that I can upload files from my slicer that are already sliced that are G-code. These are all G-code. But you cannot slice with this actual system. So you have to slice the file and then send it to it, which you can do either via the browser or your phone. I'm not aware of any high-quality phone slicers because I don't think it's a very common thing for people to download things onto their phone and then slice them on their phone and send them to their printer to print. But I will be looking into it because I do really like the phone interface. As I showed earlier, the phone app has much smoother video. There's less clipping and there's less of a lag in between frames. It's pretty smooth. So yeah, it is a big step in the right direction for ease of use and monitoring your printer when you're not in front of it. So I did just get this piece of hardware last week. Since I got it, there has been a firmware update. It was easy to apply. You basically just download the file and drag it onto the card. Everything seems to be working swimmingly. It also works in no light situations. Basically, it does night vision. The night vision picture is almost clearer than the regular picture. So that's a bonus, and it also does time lapses. So that's a bonus as well. Not a dumb question at all, by the way. It's a great question. What else you got, Mark? As always, guys, I gotta mention, if you're joining us for the first time, make sure you reach down and give that subscribe button a good first layer squish, and reduce your Z offset on that notification bell as well so you can get notified when we post new videos. I've been doing a lot of stuff on Kira 5. The beta is out. They've started to add extensions. As it was mentioned earlier in the chat by Puda74, the OctoPrint plugin is now out. If I had to choose between OctoPrint and the Beagle, I probably would have went with the Beagle even at Octoprint's lower price before. So I didn't realize that the pies had gone up so much. We were talking about that as well, which makes this a very viable option and a little bit cheaper actually. Sorry. Alright guys, I have a couple things I need to take care of real quick. I'm going to step away for just a minute. I will come back and check on the stream in about 5-10 minutes. If there's any more questions, I will answer them then. For right now, just hang out, enjoy the tunes. What's up, Isaac? Glad you're back, buddy. I will return in just a minute.
you gotta love when you go get the mail and it's just a pile of bills, right?
That is life, my friends. Can't really argue with that, can you? You know, I have the 32 version. I haven't had any issues. Haven't run into anything. Print's looking pretty good. I can show you a smaller version of this that I printed that I still haven't removed the supports on yet. Get the cameras up here. So we did this, and we also did a really large, I did a couple of benchies as well. Came out alright. This was before I tightened the belt, so it was really wobbly. Let's take a look at the Deadpool. Deadpool is probably the best one I've done so far, by far the biggest I've done with Beagle. So this came out fantastic. I was really, really happy with it. If you saw the time lapse I had earlier in this live stream, it was really, really stringy. So we've adjusted the retraction settings. This is a wood filament by MG Chemicals, and it's actually like 1.5 years old. So to get this quality, I was actually really, really impressed. Of course, sliced in Kira 5. The G-code was uploaded to my Beagle and printed from there. It was about 1.5 days. We did a short live stream, but not very long, because if you saw the time lapse, most of that video was done at night. Oh, don't apologize at all, Mike. You got it, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe, man. I have a project that I'm working on as well, where I'm turning a TV into a table for retro gaming, and that is actually what I plan to use my other Raspberry Pi for. Although now I might reconsider and just sell it, knowing how much it's worth. But I have finished the controller. This is it here. Super, super clicky. Which I like, because the buttons are just Arduino buttons. It is pretty well screwed on there and mounted. There is one screw missing because I only had 3 that fit, unfortunately. LED is super duper bright, and I do need to go in there and wire it all up, but I'm starting to design the rest of the table. I did this first because it actually sticks into a piece of the table. That's why it's got this angular design. So yeah, should be a pretty cool project. Right now, I'm printing Wolverine. So that pink Wolverine sculpture you see in the bottom right of the screen, we're printing a large one of those. And in fact, I can show you. I use this app called Kiri Engine to scan things. It scans 3D models. It's a photogrammetry app, and we scanned this guy with it. As you can see, he's got a broken claw, so I went back in Mesh Mixer and added that claw back in, and we are going to print this guy in all his glory. I don't know if it'll be exactly to scale as this, because the scanned model didn't come out exactly the same size, so I scaled it up, just kind of eyeballing it, but I was really, really happy with the model. I was happy with the scan, and oh my god, guys, you got to see this infill. Doesn't want to focus. Oh man, it is gorgeous. I think that frame of the time lapse is going to have me holding the camera in. There we go. Yeah, it's very, very convenient that you don't need any extra crap. It's just plug and play. I will say I had issues connecting at first to my printers because I was using the wrong baud rate, so you have to make sure that you know the baud rate of the board that you're connecting to. But that information is easily available online for pretty much any printer, and I was up and running in just a couple seconds after realizing that that was my issue. So we're doing Wolverine because I did Deadpool. We're going to do a few other busts, and then we are going to do our first time-lapse video, which will be time-lapses to music, and that is going to feature Deadpool and Wolverine first, but I think also some other superheroes. Trying to do like a little pop culture thing there that I think will get a few views, so hopefully that works out, but I do need other ideas for good busts to print. I have one of the Black Panther that is amazing that I want to do. I think also by Eastman. His stuff is just killer. But if you have any suggestions for superhero busts, let me know down below, and I'll check them out. Because I think I'm probably going to make this video 10 to 20 minutes. Right now, each one, the time lapse, depending on the size, it's about a minute and a half. So.